Manchester United's ongoing pursuit of Ivan Perisic has not yet ended, with reports claiming the Inter Milan winger has a £54 million release clause in his new contract. It was one of the lengthiest transfer sagas of the summer, as United tried and failed to get their man, instead opting to focus their attentions elsewhere. Perisic signed a new Inter Milan contract in the process, but Gazzetta dello Sport are reporting that the 28-year-old has a get-out clause, if he wants it. The Italian newspapers say Perisic's 5-year deal has a €60 million release clause that kicks in next summer, meaning United could still sign the Croatian international. One sticking point is Perisic's age. He would be 29 by that point, so it remains to be seen whether United would still be keen. The release clause seemingly stops United from pursuing a January move, ensuring Inter Milan can keep their man for the entirety of this season at least. Following his new contract at the San Siro, Perisic has featured 7 times for his side, netting 3 times so far this season. Luciano Spalletti's side are currently third in the Serie A standings, having won 7 of their 8 matches to date. Jose Mourinho believes he is a better coach at Manchester United than he was at Chelsea. The Portuguese won the Premier League 3 times, during 2 separate spells at Stamford Bridge. He also won the title in Portugal, Italy and Spain, and guided Porto and Inter Milan to Champions League glory. But he believes Manchester United are seeing him at his best, reports the Manchester Evening News. I am a much better coach today, precisely because of the different control of my emotions. The way I deal with difficulties. I feel more mature, Mourinho told Portuguese publication Record. After a disappointing 6th-place finish in the league last term, United are joint top of the Premier League, going into the second international break. New signing Romelu Lukaku has 10 goals in 11 games, after choosing United over Chelsea this summer, and Mourinho believes the Belgian has developed into one of the game's top strikers by seizing every opportunity. Asked about Lukaku's blistering start, Mourinho added, "I don't want to speak about this progress because if I do that it looks like we have done something extraordinary in 3 months, something he hasn't done in the other years of his career. It's not fair. It's been about evolution. I think every step in his career, he has got it, he has grabbed it with both hands, since his first loan to West Brom. He grabbed the opportunity with both hands, fighting for his evolution. He has been very strong in his desire to be playing in a team with other objectives now." Manchester United could have a fight on their hands if they are to keep Marouane Fellaini and Daley Blind at the club in January, according to reports. United are said to be at risk of Marouane Fellaini, who has been somewhat of a revelation this season. The Belgium international is out of contract next summer, which leaves him free to sign a pre-contract agreement with overseas clubs in January. And according to The Sun, United will have to up Fellaini's contract to around £130,000 a week from £80,000 a week to keep him. Galatasaray are one of a number of clubs who have been linked with the midfielder, but Jose Mourinho recently claimed it would be easier for the Turkish side to sign him than Fellaini. Daley Blind could also be a wanted man in January, according to reports. The Dutch defender has fallen down the pecking order after recent impressive performances from Ashley Young, and, with Luke Shaw also set to return, his game time could be limited. With that in mind, TalkSport claim Fenerbahce are considering making a bid to sign him when the window opens in January. The report claims Blind is growing increasingly frustrated at his lack of opportunity, especially given the World Cup next summer. As Sunsport revealed, the Manchester United star has returned to the US to aid his recovery from a hamstring injury he picked up at the start of September. The 24-year-old was in America on the club's pre-season tour and was seen with the woman while training with Romelu Lukaku in July. Pogba was seen flirting and cuddling the woman at the UCLA's Drake Stadium. Later that night the pair were seen going for dinner together at Hollywood hotspot Tao. That rendezvous took place in Los Angeles, but it appears as if she has traveled 2,800 miles to meet up with the midfielder once again. Pogba was seen in Miami Beach cuddling the woman on Sunday. The pair went out for a long meal with her family and she was even spotted wearing a necklace with his PP logo on it. New York's Drive Clean rebate gives residents of the state up to a $2,000 break when purchasing a new electric car or plug-in hybrid from a participating car dealership. It went into effect on March 21, 2017, and since then, from April to June, Ivan plug-in hybrid car sales are up 74% over the same time period last year according to InsideEves. New York's favorite green car since the new incentive went into effect is the Toyota Prius Prime, with more than 40% of the rebates processed for that car. The Chevy Bolt claimed 12% while the Chevy Volt and Ford Fusion Energy counted for 10% each. The most receptive part of New York to the Drive Clean rebate is Long Island, with 33% of applicants hailing from that region. The Drive Clean rebate is part of New York Governor Andrew Cuomo's goal to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in New York by 40% by 2030. The state government is also contributing to this goal with a plan to almost double the number of public charging stations in New York from 1,700 to 3,000 in 2018. Those extra charging stations planned will be good for the many New Yorkers who are quickly adopting plug-in vehicles. This successful incentive is further evidence that high costs are one of the biggest factors in the slow adoption of electrified cars. Electric and plug-in hybrids are the fastest-selling cars on the used market, with drivers more willing to buy them after they've taken a depreciation hit. If you're wondering when alternative fuel cars will really take off, wait until the costs before incentives come down to truly be equal or lower than conventional internal combustion engine counterparts. Tesla has fallen behind on production of its mass-market Model 3 vehicle, making only 260 cars in the third quarter of 2017. It says production bottlenecks are the reason behind its less than anticipated delivery of its cheapest electric car, but emphasized there would be no fundamental issues with the Model 3 production or supply chain. Although the vast majority of manufacturing subsystems at both our California car plant and our Nevada gigafactory are able to operate at high rate, a handful have taken longer to activate than expected, Tesla said in its third quarter statement. Tesla said it delivered a total of 26,150 vehicles in the third quarter, including 14,065 Model S and 11,865 Model X cars, an increase of 17.7% on the second quarter of 2017. In July, Tesla chief executive Elon Musk warned of manufacturing hell for Tesla when it aimed to produce 5,000 Model 3s per week by the end of 2017 and 10,000 per week next year. Mr. Musk has his sights set on adding a commercial electric truck alongside his mass-market electric cars. The entrepreneur has set the scheduled unveiling of the electric truck to October, a month later than previously expected. Tesla's electric truck is expected to have a range of 200 to 300 miles. Mr. Musk also has his eyes set beyond the car market, as he looks to transport humans to Mars by 2022 using autonomous spacecraft carried by his SpaceX rockets. The billionaire's love affair with space travel is marked by his desire to stockpile 3 new spacecraft models, adding to his current fleet of 3 rockets.